You want this one?
From director Christopher Nolan
I
comes the
was ready for
obligatory
this.
finale to his Dark Knight trilogy that clearly peaked with the Joker. The Dark Knight Rises, the epic final chapter that'll mildly entertain you when you're watching it, but will ultimately anger and disappoint you when you really start to think about it. Revisit the iconic Bruce Wayne, a man who turned the pain of his parents' death into a superhero, but for some reason mopes around for 8 years after his sort of girlfriend dies. Suit up as he spends the first 45 minutes hobbling around on canes, getting knocked over easily, growing a gross depression beard, and be told that his body is in complete shambles. Even though in the entire trilogy, he's only clocked in maybe a year and a half as the Batman. But chaos will arrive in the form of Bane, a villain who no one can fully understand.
Jesus cost you your strength. Word and the truth about despair. The night never escapes. How about your schedule, Captain?
Prompting Moat Man to unretire and plop on a magic knee brace that'll instantly cure him, so he can take Bane head on for a few minutes until he's crippled again for a huge chunk of the movie, leaving this mumbling warlord to fulfill his overly complicated plot of terrorizing Gotham for 3 pointless months, which prompts only one riot and 0 gridlock.
One riot.
Seriously, where is everybody? Get ready for a nearly 3-hour Batman movie where Batman only shows up for about 33 minutes. And when he does show up, he's so terrible he reveals his secret identity to complete strangers.
When you started, why the mask?
Protect the people closest to me.
Never conducts background checks on his maids or his board members. He uses ineffective gadgets. Stands atop random buildings that are way too dangerous to balance on. And wastes several hours painting a bridge in gasoline. A story so large in scale, it was partly shot in IMAX, which becomes super distracting when it's constantly changing aspect ratios. And a film so poorly paced, it moves slow for 2 hours, then randomly zooms through 3 months of time without telling the audience, forcing this completely rushed ending that'll leave you asking questions like,
why are the criminals constantly hitting Batman with their guns instead of shooting him?
Why would the CIA let masked men onto their plane without checking who they were first?
How did Bane know about the existence and the exact location of Batman's secret armory, especially after Lucius said it was off the books?
And why has no one stumbled upon his huge-ass airplane?
How did Bane and his henchmen hide motorcycles inside the stock exchange?
How is it possible that Bruce Wayne completely healed his broken back in less than 3 months? Didn't he need a doctor?
How did Batman get from the hole in the middle of nowhere into the quarantined Gotham without any money or equipment?
Why would they send the entire Gotham City police force into the sewers all at the exact same time?
If Tamalor knew he was Batman, why did she let him wander off with Lucius? Why didn't she just kill him when she had the chance?
In fact, why didn't she just detonate the bomb right then?
And why does Batman talk to Catwoman in his Batman voice when she knows he's Bruce Wayne?
How come everybody in Gotham could figure out that Bruce Wayne was Batman except for Commissioner Gordon?
Even the character with Down syndrome, played by Joseph Gordon-Levitt, figured out. Why did Bruce Wayne show up in a French cafe after being pronounced dead?
That was good.
Attracted the attention of the media.
How did Batman eject and swim 9 miles to survive if he only had 5 seconds left on the bomb?
Didn't anyone in Gotham think it was weird that Batman and Bruce Wayne both died on the exact same day?
Bruce Wayne was Batman?
Oh, God.
Starring the cast of Inception, Princess Diaries, Kristen Stewart's Mouth, Molly Cocaine, Bruce Willis, and Bane Bruce. The Dark Knight Rises.
Okay, you guys know I hate the voice. I do. I hate it. A little bit better here, but it's only because I had the Red Letter Media come in and do their little shtick there. I've never actually watched a lot of Red Letter Media videos. They're pretty long from what I can remember. I've watched maybe a couple. They're pretty long. But yeah, this is what it is. The ending got better when they showed up, and then the starring section was actually pretty good. But that voice, I'm trying. I had a feeling that voice would show back up. I thought it was going to be John Bailey here, but it was the older voice. I know it's going to show up on the Star Wars ones I do, Force Awakens and whatnot, because I still got to do a few of those. Those are coming. I'm ready for it. I'm going to try to get through it. I almost stopped at one point. I was almost going to just turn it off, but I got through it. It's all good. But let's watch the pitch meeting now.
So, you have a Batman sequel script for me? Yes, sir, I do. So the bad guy in this one's gonna be Bane. And how does the movie start? Well, the CIA are gonna bring a bunch of hooded men onto their plane without checking their identities. Wouldn't they at the very least lift the hoods to check for explosives or something? No, because the CIA never investigates anything. Oh, they don't? Nope, and so it's gonna turn out that one of the hooded guys is Bane. Wow. Yeah, and he's planning on crashing the plane and staging it like an accident. How does he do that? By, you know, riddling the plane with bullets and ripping the wings off and then dropping the main cabin miles and miles away from the wings. And that's supposed to look like a normal plane crash? Yeah. Well, okay, so tell me more about this Bane guy. Oh, well, he has big muscles and a little mask thing, and he sounds real scary. Oh, what does he sound like? He says scary stuff like, what? Crashing this plane. I can't, you sound like a Muppet that got stuck in a wall. Yeah, super scary stuff. I guess that would be scary. Get out of the wall, Grover. And then we're gonna see Batman. Oh, I can't wait for some Batman action. Well, you're gonna have to, because he can barely walk. What? Why? Because he was Batman for like a year, so now he has no more cartilage in his knees. So he can't physically be Batman anymore. Exactly. Also, he doesn't want to, so it's gonna be quite a while before we see him as Batman. Okay, well, I guess watching Bruce Wayne limp around for an hour will be somewhat entertaining. Yeah, and I think waiting for him to become Batman again will make it that much more exciting when he finally does. Maybe. Anyway, later Bane and his guys are gonna attack the stock exchange. Oh. And at the same time, the bad guys are gonna use Bruce's fingerprints to make a bunch of trades and lose all his money. Well, obviously they were fraudulent trades, right? There's no way people will treat them as real. Oh, they will. So Bruce is poor now, and they shut off all the lights at the manor. They immediately shut his lights off? Yep, right away. He's poor. Well, I should probably point out that that's not how anything works. Oh, I'd much prefer if you didn't point that out. Oh, okay, never mind. Anyway, we're also gonna have this cop Blake figure out that Bruce Wayne is Batman. Wow, that's a tough one to crack. Must have been hard to do. Actually, it was super easy. Barely an inconvenience. Oh, really? Yeah, he kind of just recognized the look in his eyes that angry orphans get. Oh, that was easy. Yep, so later Batman's gonna get fixed with magic braces that give him superhuman kicks we'll never reference again. Wow, so then he becomes Batman again? So then he becomes Batman again. For a couple of minutes. Wait, what? Well, Catwoman is gonna bring him to Bane, and Bane's gonna break his back. Oh my god. Yeah, so he can't physically be Batman anymore. His body's broken. Right. Yeah, and I think waiting for him to become Batman again will make it that much more exciting when he finally does.
Repeat.
Didn't we just do this? I feel like we just did this for an hour. We did, and it was so special, I figure, you know, let's do it again. Well, okay then. So Bane is gonna fly with Batman all the way to this crazy prison in India and explain to him how he's gonna torture his soul. Bane's gonna fly with him all the way to India just to tell him that and then get on a plane and go back home? Yeah. Why not just tell him before sending him there? Well, it's more dramatic if he explains it to him there. Right, but that's like 30 hours of air travel. Right, could have recorded a video.
Right.
Yeah, so back in Gotham, they're gonna be like, you know what, enough is enough. Let's just send all the police officers into the sewers and smoke Bane out once and for all. Did you say all the police officers? Yeah, I think that's standard procedure. When the police really want to capture someone, they just send everybody. Oh, I didn't know that. Where'd you learn that? It's just how I assume police things work. Oh, okay. So how many officers are we actually talking here? Well, let's see. New York City has something like 40,000 police officers for a population of 8 million, and we're saying that Gotham has a population of 12 million. Okay. So by that logic, I guess Gotham would have something in the range of 60,000. So they send 60,000 police officers into the sewer. It certainly seems like that's what we're going with. Well, okay then. So then Bane's gonna blow up a bunch of bombs and trap the cops in the sewers. Aren't there like thousands and thousands of manholes they could escape through? What the hell is a manhole? You've never heard of manholes? Manholes are tight. You realize this is not an adult film, right? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Manholes. Oh, okay. Anyway, Bane is also gonna destroy the bridges and reveal that he is an atomic bomb. Uh-oh. Yeah, and if anybody tries to leave, he's gonna detonate it. And also, it's just gonna detonate itself in like 5 to 6 months. God. So their plan is to blow up Gotham whenever, but also just let it blow up in 5 to 6 months? Something like that. So if it's gonna blow up either way, why not just blow it up immediately? Because Batman needs time to fix his broken back. Oh, okay, gotcha. So yeah, then Batman has to get out of this prison. Oh man, it's gonna be hard to do that with a broken back. Actually, it's gonna be super easy. Barely an inconvenience. Oh, really? Yeah, because Bane hooked him up with a doctor who fixes his back with some rope and a solid punch to the spine. Wow. And then the prison has
Solid
absolutely
punch.
no guards, plus you can just climb out of it if you're agile enough. That
Exactly.
is a very convenient prison. Yeah, so then back in Gotham, Commissioner Gordon's being forced to walk on thin ice, and he's about to fall through and die. Uh-oh. But that's when Batman shows up, just in time. How does Batman showing up make the ice any less dangerous? Unclear, but Batman is back, baby. Everything's okay. How does Batman get back from India with no money or resources into a city that's under lockdown? Unclear, but he's back just 12 hours before the bomb goes off. Wow, so what does he do? Well, he spends the first 4 hours or so on a little art project. Oh, he does? Yeah, he paints a big old bat symbol. Doesn't seem like the most pressing issue. Art therapy is very effective. It's a great way to prepare for a fight. Okay, good to know. So then Catwoman blows up one of the sewer exits and all the cops run out clean shaven and ready to fight. Clean shaven? Well, yeah, because as you know, the sewers are filled with enough shaving equipment for 60,000 men to groom themselves for 6 months. Oh, I actually didn't know that. Well, now you do. So then all the cops charge at Bane's men like it's medieval times or something.
Right.
Don't the henchmen have machine guns? Well, what good are machine guns against batons and a couple of pistols? They'd be very good, I imagine. Well, anyway, it's gonna
Very
end up
good.
being a fist fight, so whatever. Well, whatever then. And then Batman and Bane are gonna fight, but now Batman's really good because he did some push-ups in prison. Wow. But then this lady Miranda, the Batman hooked up with, is gonna stab him. Wait, what? Yeah, she's gonna reveal that she's actually Talia, the daughter of Ra's al Ghul from the first movie. Oh, pretty crazy twist, right? I guess. And then Batman is gonna chase her because she takes off in a truck with the bomb in it. Very exciting. Yeah, and Gordon's bouncing around in back trying to turn the bomb off or something. Oh boy. And then the truck is gonna
Or
flip
something.
and Talia's gonna die. Oh, she is. Yeah, and I'd love it if the actress could play it as if she forgot she was supposed to die in the scene and then suddenly remember. We can arrange that. And what about Gordon? How does his death play out? Oh, he's totally fine. Really? Wasn't he in the truck too? Yeah, he was just in the back bouncing around with a 2-ton bomb and he was just out of the hospital, but he's fine. Well, great. So then Batman's gonna fly the bomb out of the city just in time and it's gonna explode with a 6-mile blast radius. Wow, so Batman is gonna die? That's insane. Nope, he's gonna be fine too. But how? Autopilot. So he jumps out just before it explodes. But a 6-mile radius? Yeah, well, he's a fast swimmer, I guess. Get off my back, please, and thank you. Well, okay then. Also, that Blake guy's Robin. Sure, why not? So what do you think? That sounds great.
Sure.
Fantastic. Yep, I think we'll have made a trilogy that everybody involved will be proud of.
All right, so let's talk about the Dark Knight trilogy. Just overall, we've seen all the pitch meeting and honest trailers for these. You know, there's good and bad with all of them. This might have been the best one, though. I think this was the best one of the three for me. As far as the pitch meeting goes, pitch meeting won each and every one of these, in my opinion, I believe. Yeah, I'll go with pitch meeting. But when it comes to the movies, The Dark Knight is my favorite of all three of these. It's top tier superhero movie for me. Now, that's not to say Batman 89 and Batman Returns are in a different kind of bubble for me, because that's very nostalgic. I love those movies. Michael Keaton is the GOAT when it comes to being Batman. It's just what it is. I'm glad he's back for Flash and whatever future DC movies they do. It's great that he's back. The Dark Knight trilogy as a total story is great. I think they did a really good job. Again, I think it fell off a little bit when it came to The Dark Knight Rises, because that's where you started to see a little bit of like Tenet / Inception storytelling. Got a little convoluted, a little bit too much going on when it didn't really need that. And we need a little bit more Batman, in my opinion. We do have a lot more masked characters. This is the most comic booky Batman film in this trilogy compared to the other two, I would say. And there's a lot of things that happen in this movie that are like, okay, why are you taking this time to paint, or well, I guess gasoline paint, this area so you can create a bat symbol? It's like, it's a little bit weird. Kind of like in the first one with Falcone, when he kind of drapes his jacket and he lays him on the light fixture and it looks like a bat in the sky. Just think of the time he took to do that after knocking him out and placing him on there and gently cutting some of the areas to make it look like a bat symbol. I know, a little bit weird, but still, my favorite Dark Knight. Least favorite, in my opinion, Dark Knight Rises. I like Bane. Tom Hardy did a great job in that. But I do have a hot take, though. I think that Christian Bale, I think he did a good job, but he is my least favorite version of Bruce Wayne and just Batman overall. I know it might seem a little contradictory from what I just said. But I think, again, Michael Keaton is the GOAT. Ben Affleck also did very well. Kevin Conroy is also one of the best as far as a voice for Batman animated series. What I don't like about Christian Bale's take is that this Batman is trying so hard to not be Batman. And that's never been the character, at least from what I remember from comics and cartoons and other movies. Bruce Wayne always felt like he was the only one that could do what he was doing. That's why even when he had Robin and other people to help him, he still felt like he could do it on his own. He trained these people to help out in different scenarios, but a lot of times he didn't want them to help out. He wanted to be the one that took care of this. He wanted to be the one that saved his city. And I think one show, Arrow, did a good job of that with Oliver Queen, being the Green Arrow, that he was the one that could only save his city. So I like that aspect of Batman, and I feel like this trilogy of films lost that a little bit. It did take more of a realistic approach, because what man could do this for as long as he has been in the comics and in other movies? It's just not realistic. So I like that piece that is more realistic, but I prefer when Batman has the mindset that, hey, I'm the only one that can do this. I have to do this. Because I'm the only one, I bear this cross for as long as I can bear it. And I'm going to save my city, by all means. So, except, without killing people. So I like that aspect, but it was lost here in these movies. So let me know what you think of that. Is that a hot take? Do you feel the same way? Do you feel that I'm thinking about things the wrong way? Let's talk about it in the comments. I think that'd be a pretty cool discussion, comparing him to the other iterations we've seen, whether it's animated or live action. What are your thoughts? Where does he rank when it comes to Bruce Wayne / Batman character that we've seen on TV and in the movie? So let me know. Also, which video did you prefer from this versus the pitch meeting or the honest trailer? I know a lot of you guys, that's a lot of comments of people saying, I'm tired of you saying you hate this voice. He's the original voice. The views were better then. They're not as good now for honest trailers. I'm sorry, I don't like the voice. Now, I was trying to get through it in this one, and I think there were some funny jokes, but Red Letter Media actually made this video a little bit better for honest trailers, but pitch meeting still takes it from me. Which one was the best for you? Let me know. To my hyper crew, Brian Tidwell, Steve O, K6013, Dash Milner, Daniel Lopez, and Jonathan Cedarland. Thank you guys so much for choosing the hyper tier. You guys get a verbal shout out by me in every video, so I really appreciate you. To all my members and my subscribers, thank you guys so much for supporting, whether it's monetarily or hitting the subscribe button. It really does go a long way. I really appreciate it. Thank you. While you're still here, hit that like button. It really does help out the channel, helps the channel grow, helps more people see the videos, and it helps me know exactly what you guys want to see more of. You can also check out some of our most popular videos on the channel right over here. You can see our most recent reaction right up here as well. If you've seen all of that, I'll see you guys in the comments. We'll talk about this.